Hey traders, how we doing? This is Mitch from Beginner Investing. Let's go ahead and take a look at the restaurant industry and see what we find.
Restaurants, and will they survive? A look into the news story. All right, team, so let's go ahead and take a look into the restaurant industry and see the news story. All right, in the restaurant industry, you really notice that the restaurants are really struggling to survive in this market environment. There are many roads of uncertainty up ahead, and the long path of recovery will be needed. As restrictions placed on the industry are causing sustainability fears, restrictions such as limited customer counts, social distancing, and a declining demand are all causing major lasting effects on the industry. The real question I think we need to ask ourselves in the end is, will consumers be reluctant to come back to restaurant dining? When we start to look at the restaurant index here, we could definitely see that we had this big giant move with the market, when we came straight back down. We've retraced about 50% of that move up here. And now we're really starting to head right back down. Just want to go ahead and draw out here kind of the reward look. I could see the reward look being down to this level. Definitely seeing the restaurant struggle in this industry, struggle to get above this resistance. Let's see technically if it can head down towards this 63.11 and head down and become a real bear here. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the new bearish signs in the industry. The real question is going to be is, can they get through the uncertainty? With limited customers, social distancing, and lowering demand really affecting this industry, how are they going to be able to make it through? Restaurants in most cities have been limited to pickup or delivery. Now, the reopenings of these lockdowns have started, but limiting to 25% capacity. These will really cause a tremendous strain on restaurants as they try to maximize on their margins and profits. When we get into social distancing, we realize that majority of restaurants locations really weren't made for having this 6 feet apart social distancing. These extreme limits really will hit every metric that is determined to see if a restaurant is profitable. Metrics such as break-even point, cost of goods sold, overhead costs, and food cost percentage, the difference between the cost of making an item and selling the price of an item, will all really be affected, and it will really come from this restriction in social distancing. When we really look at the lowering demand that's going to be arising from this, we really look at the rising unemployment. The rising of unemployment to all-time highs will really see the consumers start to make changes in their purchasing mentality. Many families during the lockdown made the decision of making homemade meals instead of choosing to order out and increasing the exposure to the pandemic. The consumer now must make the decision if it's worth the uncertainty of infection to go to a restaurant. Now let's go ahead and take a look here. Here at Red Robin's is really the stock that I'm really have this more bearish story in. Really I'm seeing the risk versus the reward of a budget burger with drive-thrus, really outweighing the demand for a premium burger. We already going to have a decrease in demand in restaurants, with the questions of that reluctancy of the consumer. Now, the real question is Red Robin's going to be able to solve the problems of that limiting capacity and the strict social distancing? All these uncertainties will really cause detrimental pressures to the high-end burger business model. And overall, the decline in the demand and outweighing the risk versus reward, combined with the pressures of making a safe environment, may have investors fleeing. All right, team. So the first stock that we're going to be looking at here is Red Robin's Gourmet. Red Robin's, everyone knows about their burgers. I'm not saying that their burgers are bad or good. I personally, kind of like their burgers. But what I'm trying to say here is this story in this stock, I think it's really going to die out. So I'm going to go ahead and do more of a bearish call here on Red Robins, expecting them to come down towards the support down here. We have a long-term support when we broke down all the way to 518s here when the market dropped. I'm going to be looking for this one to head down towards that area. Will this one get back up? We will go ahead and see. You know, when we really look into the Red Robin industry, I really just think that, you know, over time, the demand for this kind of company is going to slowly go away as you have less of demand for restaurants overall. And I really think that's the story here and the bear story. Of course, like always, we always leave room for comments and the arguments. So definitely always hit the link below and hit the comments. Check us out like always, guys. And thank you for joining, you know, Beginner Investing. Really what we do here is try to create stories and talk about the bearish and bullish look and teach you guys on how to do your own research and your own analysis in this story-based investment strategy. Like always, guys, hit the sub below and keep up with us. We'll be coming out with more videos as we get deeper and deeper in our research and investing.